This is a Nintendo Switch, and this is a lot of Nintendo Switch games. Now, some of you guys might not have some of these Nintendo Switch games. Some of y'all might be like Patrick Star, where he only has $2.
I've only got 7.
Damn! Which right now, I only have $2. And why this dollar has been cut through like that, I don't know. Like literally you could see my eyeball, kind of. Actually, no, not really. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about free Nintendo Switch games because you won't even have to use that $2 that you have right there. Yes, Patrick Star, I know. You're like, what? I don't have to use $2? We're going to be talking about free Nintendo Switch games. There is a lot of free Nintendo Switch games. There's some good ones, surprisingly. There's some bad ones. There's ones that run like absolute garbage on the Nintendo Switch. And today we're going to be showing you the 7 best free Nintendo Switch games to grab for your Nintendo Switch. Let's get started. Just so people know, we are using a new microphone. The next few videos are going to be hard to figure out what we need to do audio-wise, so if the audio is not the greatest, we're still learning this software together. Starting off at number 7 is one that I'm very surprised is a free game, and I think is something that is really, really cool. That game being Sky the Children of Light. Now, this game is very popular if you had an iPad. This was something I think came installed to the iPad already, or it was at least a game that Apple was promoting, and now the developers of that is actually the developers of Journey, from my understanding, at least some of the developers of it. They are now putting this game on all consoles. And of course that means the Nintendo Switch. And it's a free game. And what I think is so interesting about this game, it feels like a single player game basically, but they've incorporated online multiplayer into it. So you could play this game by yourself, but you could also play it online with you. I think you do have to have online at all times, unfortunately, for a game like this, but it can work without online. And you're going through these worlds, seeing players as you go along the way, doing stuff with these players. And what I think is really cool about the Switch version, I assume the same things for other platforms, you actually get to customize what the game looks like and how it runs. So you can sacrifice graphics to have a high frame rate, a locked frame rate, or make the game look super gorgeous, but sacrifice a frame rate. I think it is a really good looking game, a really fun game, and the fact that it's free really surprises me. And I think a lot of people will enjoy this game. This is something to definitely look out for, and if you have friends, I think they would even enjoy playing this online with you. I know with some of these Nintendo Switch online games that are free, you don't actually have to have the Nintendo Switch online membership to actually play the online. I don't know if Sky is one of those games, but these is a game that you should very much look into, as I had a blast playing the game, and I'm very surprised graphically and frame rate rise how good it looked on the Nintendo Switch. Coming in number 6 is actually a game series that is very popular right now due to the TV show, and unfortunately it appears we're never going to get a mainline game from this series onto the Nintendo Switch. We're stuck with the spin-off game that was originally an iOS title, that game being Fallout Shelter. This is a construction simulator game, and I had a blast playing this game, and honestly it could get really addictive playing this game. It was one of my favorite games to play on my iPad when I was an iPad kid. All of us watching these videos right now, we were all iPad kids. We're not afraid to admit that. Not the type of iPad kids that would have a disgusting looking iPad. I don't know if we have an image of what a lot of people think an iPad kid is, but I think a lot of us were not that type of iPad kid. But maybe you guys were. I definitely was not. But Fallout Shelter was definitely a game that I played a lot, and when it was announced at the E3 2017 Bethesda press conference, I immediately downloaded Fallout Shelter because I was like, wow, I can't believe this is on Switch. We're definitely getting Fallout 4 on the Switch, is what my mind was in 2007. Here we are, 2024, with no Fallout game. I think that is such a stupidest decision from Bethesda and Xbox to not have a Fallout game on Switch. I like, put Fallout 3 if you can't get Fallout 4. I'm still convinced you can get Fallout 4 on the Switch if you take a lot of time into making it. But Fallout Shelter, you have a lot of things you can do. I mean, it's a simulator game, a construction simulator thing, gives you a lot of room to do whatever you want to do. As long as you are a fan of those type of games, you are going to love Fallout Shelter. However, if you're a die-hard Fallout fan and not really a fan of construction simulator games, you might not like this game. This is definitely a game that's not for everyone, but for me, I had an absolute blast with Fallout Shelter, and I will probably play it again at some point when I'm not a busy person. Because a lot of these free-to-play games, they can take a lot of time out of your life. Coming in number 5 is a game that I played so much of until Smash Bros. Ultimate came out, and then I immediately deleted this game. That game being Brawlhalla. Now, Brawlhalla is still a phenomenal game. I had a lot of fun with it. It was just once Smash Bros. Came out, I had no reason to play this. It was only really just to fill my hopes and dreams of Rayman being in a Smash Bros. Game as a playable fighter, but that's all Brawlhalla was. I was able to play Rayman. Wish we got Rayman in Smash Bros. Sakurai next Smash Bros. Game. Rayman seems to be something that just makes the most sense to be in a Smash Bros. Game, but no, I'm not Masahiro Sakurai. Anyways, Brawlhalla has a huge community to this day with so many updates that still come out into this game, so many tournaments. People really love Brawlhalla. It's just like I said, I prefer Smash Bros. This game is definitely inspired by Smash Bros. It's a Ubisoft game. There's a lot of collaborations with Brawlhalla, a lot of unexpected collaborations that has happened in Brawlhalla throughout the whole years of Brawlhalla, which I think Brawlhalla came out, what, like 2017, 2018? I'm very surprised to see the community support, how many people still play it. It is a big game, and it's great on Switch. It's free. I feel like the microtransactions aren't that bad. It really, if you're just wanting the cool playable fighters, that's what you're using the microtransactions for. And again, you got Rayman. Rayman's in the game. I think they did a Walking Dead collaboration at one point. That's kind of cool. Either way, it's a good game to have, especially fighting games. I feel like the Switch lacks fighting games, and Brawlhalla, it's a good game. Like I said, once Smash Bros. Was there was no point for me to have it. And if you're a big Smash Bros. Fan and want a different fighting game, you might like this, but you might prefer Smash Bros. Coming in number 4 is what I believe the official term for these type of games is MOBA games. And coming in number 5 is a MOBA game. Now, what are you thinking, Max? Are you finally gonna say that the Legends of League is a good game? That you should play Legends of League? Is that on the Nintendo Switch? I actually don't know if that's on Switch. But the other MOBA game that we're gonna be talking about for this list is Pokemon Unite. This is a game that is heavily inspired by the Legends of League, and you could tell, but just the gameplay of Pokemon Unite, all the modes in Pokemon Unite, the play styles of Pokemon Unite, the maps of Pokemon Unite. This is a game that's meant for those type of fans, and this is a free game. Now, I know Pokemon Unite is actually a little bit controversial when it comes to the microtransactions. I don't play enough of the game to actually really have a say, but there's a debate that you actually have to, they kind of make you pay for things if you want to be good at the game. Not a game that's totally free, like it's a little false advertising. There's a debate. There's people that are like, no, it's actually a free game, and then actually, no, if you want to get good at this game, you just spend this much money. There's a great debate. I don't know the whole controversy behind it. All I can tell you is I never paid $1 for the game, and I had an absolute blast for when we were playing it. I think it came out during the COVID timeline. I might be wrong, but me and Coleman, we had a pretty decent time with the game. The game had some frame rate issues when it first came out. I think they've actually fixed it since then. But Pokemon Unite, I had a blast with. Lots of room to do, so much fun there, and a lot of things made me realize with that game that I need to communicate with my friends more in terms of playing games, because I realized me and Coleman were not the greatest team there. Like, this is a game that you really have to communicate with people. I've never played a game where communication was so key, if that makes sense. And communication was very key with Pokemon Unite. So this is one of those games that I would say, if you are gonna play it, you need to play it with friends, and you need to make sure you have Discord, Skype, something like that to communicate with them. Because the communication is the probably biggest part of this game. But that's what made it fun. You have so many ranges of Pokemon to play as. I think they're still updating this game to this day, because I think it's still a really big game from my understanding. And yeah, this is one to definitely look out for, as it's a free game and it's Pokemon. Nothing can really go wrong with that. And especially if you're a fan of the Legends of League, you will love this game. Ooh, the comments are gonna hate me for that one. The Legends of League. Whew. Coming in number 3 is a game that took too long to come out for the Nintendo Switch, so the community is nowhere near as strong as it should have been. But that game being Fall Guys. Fall Guys is a game that I will say from a frame rate perspective runs really bad at the first round of Fall Guys. But as you progress further through the game, when more players are being eliminated, the game runs really good and in my opinion looks pretty good. I never felt like I was missing out on too much playing Fall Guys on the Nintendo Switch compared to other versions. Obviously my go-to version would still be the PC for that, but I felt like Fall Guys from a frame rate perspective, at least in that first round, is where it's very noticeable in terms of the graphics, the frame rate, all of that. But it was still a very playable game, and especially once you get through that first round, playing the rest of the rounds is super fun, and Fall Guys is a cool game to have on Switch, especially if you like playing games in bed and you don't have a console and you're just stuck with a PC. That's kind of where I played Fall Guys a lot when I didn't have my PC or the Steam Deck now. I didn't have it on PlayStation 4, I don't think, when I had it and during 2020. But I played it a lot on my Switch in 2021, is that what it came out? It's unfortunate that they took so long on the Switch version because the community is nowhere near as what it was, but it's still a free game and you'll have a blast. Because originally this actually wasn't a free game. A lot of people forget that Fall Guys originated as a $20 game, and then as the community was dying out, they're like, okay, we need to make this free. It is one that you're gonna have a fun time playing. Coming in number 2 is Rocket League. I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, when's Max gonna talk about Rocket League? Is that gonna be number 1? Rocket League's awesome. Rocket League is awesome. And the Nintendo Switch version of Rocket League has Mario and Luigi cards in it. That is so cool. You can't tell me otherwise that that's not cool, because that is cool. Rocket League is a game that I had so much fun in 2017. I actually originally bought this game. It was another one of those situations where it was not a free game at one point. It was like 25 bucks, I think, or 15 bucks. I don't remember. Rocket League is a huge game, very fun online multiplayer game. We were talking about communication. Communication's very key for Rocket League 2. If you have friends, I can't recommend a single player version of this. I mean, there's single player stuff there. You can play by yourself with online with random people, but I do not recommend that at all. If you have Rocket League, you need to play with friends. This is a friends game right here. Get Discord or Skype because communication is key. I've played this game before with a team, and once we had the communication, dude, we were just demolishing everybody in Rocket League. Shout outs to my boys that I played Rocket League with. I was gonna say the names, but they might not want their name out there. They might be watching this video. Rocket League's fun. I want to stream Rocket League one day because I feel like it could be a really fun streaming game, but it will also be one of those things that's like, I'm not good, but I can be good. I don't know. I'd be nervous streaming it, but Rocket League is fun. It runs really good on the Switch. It looks good on the Switch, and it's a perfect game to have. And it, to me, kind of crazy to see that it's a free game. I think you could still easily charge money for this because the microtransactions in this game now, it's like nothing. They have like a battle pass, it's nothing though. Like you don't really need to buy it from at least my perspective. I might be wrong about that though. I don't Rocket League too much. Now, what is the best free Nintendo Switch game? I've thought about this because there's a lot of options that could go here, but I felt like there was only one game that is deserving of the best free Nintendo Switch game on a MONADO Max video. Coming in number 1 is Fortnite. Yes, I know, I never thought I would be mentioning Fortnite or showing Fortnite gameplay or even having Fortnite music in a MONADO Max video, but here we are. I'm sorry, but Fortnite, you can hate on it, you can like it, you can hate it, you can hate its community. But Fortnite, with the amount of stuff you can do in that game, with it being a free game, endless amount of content, a game that can be really addicting if you're just starting Fortnite for the first time, it's gotta be the best free Nintendo Switch game out there. I used to play Fortnite all the time on my Nintendo Switch. My only big complaint of the Switch version is it takes so much storage now on the Nintendo Switch because there's been so many updates to the system and to the game. But Fortnite is great on the Switch. I know some people don't like the frame rate, but I feel like the frame rate has greatly improved. Epic Games has continued to improve the frame rate of the Fortnite Switch version, and it's way better than what it looked like when Fortnite first came out on the Switch. If you saw what that game looked like in 2018 compared to now in terms of graphics and frame rate, when it dropped on Switch, I felt like it was very unplayable, but now it is a very playable game. And who knows, they might make it peak on that next Nintendo console. Maybe one day we'll get the Meteoroid Samus skin, because we're all waiting for that. Us Meteoroid fans, us diehard Meteoroid fans have been waiting, and we still have not got it. It also has so many other big collaborations like every other week. You got everything from Marvel, DC, anime, anything out there, gaming. They do crazy things. Microtransactions are not required. It's just if you want a cool skin and to look cool on the battlefield. I'll see you guys dropping out of the battle bus, because I definitely will be jumping out of that battle bus at some point later tonight. That was the cringiest thing ever. I'm never saying that again. Guys, that is my top 7 best free Nintendo Switch games you should play. I was gonna say buy, but you can't buy a free game. You can own a free game. You should own, is that the correct term to go with this? Play, buy, I don't know. I wanna know what you guys are thinking. What are your guys' favorite free Nintendo Switch games? There's a lot out there that I know some are gonna be like, why didn't you put this or that? There's a lot of good free Switch games. There's enough to probably do another video on this topic, but I felt like this was a really good definitive list and a good type of games to play, good mixture of everything, all categories, all that good stuff. I want to know your guys' favorite games though. I have been talking for way too much. Make sure to backslash that subscribe button, like the video, become a MONADO Marine, $5 a month. I've been streaming every Sunday. A lot of people have been enjoying that. And follow the Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Also, let us know what you're thinking about the microphone. It's a work in progress. There are some videos out there that have not been filmed with this, so not all of this has been used yet. But we're gonna improve the audio each time. It's our first time. It's gonna get better each time as we learn more about the software and the product that we're using. Have a good one, guys. Peace. Man, Coleman is going to hate editing this one because I did some major screw ups. I'm so sorry, Coleman. Please don't hate me. Figure out what we need to do audio wise. So if the audio is not the greatest, we're still learning this software together. Coleman, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real fast. I drank like 2 bottles of water. Or actually, no, it's like 5 bottles of water. I am spilling water. I forgot I had the microphone on. This is kind of awkward. I was just spilling water. Don't question the sound. And I was just spilling water on my hands just now, so, all right. That's gonna be between you and me. We are never gonna speak of this ever again.
I control the show. I'm the editor. I can do whatever I want.